Welcome back to Broken Bobby's Transformation Page. If you are new to the page, in 1990 I became involved in the drug gang world. From 92 to '06, I spent a lot of time incarcerated. I tell these stories to let you know it don't have to be you. If you're young and thinking about trying something or you're figuring out how to get out, these are my stories of this lifestyle and how it affected me, and eventually I got out and transformed my life. So let's get into today's story. All right, guys, as you can see by the thumbnail, this is Doing Time with the Bloods. Now, in being in LA County Jail, in Supermax and Min Central Jail, I did a lot of time around Bloods and other factions as well. But this is going to be the first part in a series of different factions from jail and prison that I did time around and how I seen them move as far as their get down. But so I was in Supermax, and there were a few Bloods in there, and that was an open dorm setting in LA County Jail, and I didn't really uh, wasn't I didn't really talk with them much, but I had a bunkie on those triple bunks that was a PDL, and I would go on to do a lot of time around other PDLs when I was waiting on the chain to go to prison. And those guys are with the business, you know? Um, so I ended up in 2900 module in Min Central. I was in Charlie 9 upstairs, and this was a PDL module, which is Pasadena Denver Lanes. That's a blood click out of Pasadena. And these guys were actually pretty cool with me. Like, I ended up living with a couple of them. I was in a 4-man cell, and I think two of them were PDLs, and the other one was like Crenshaw Mafia or something. But before I get further into this, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash that like button, drop a comment, and let me know what your experiences have been with the Bloods. Also, share this video. It's helping the channel to grow. And now you can join the channel. There's several different levels that you can join at. Go on over and check that out. And if you're interested, I'd appreciate that. Anyway, so LA County in Min Central, 2900. I'm on Charlie Row, Charlie 9 upstairs, pretty much right in the middle of the cell block. And it's a PDL module, pretty much. Like 80% of these guys are Pasadena Denver Lanes. And these guys were with the business. They, the thing is, at that time, they were on site with several sets from the Crips. So if one would come on the tier, then they'd get on them if they got the chance, or if they put a Crip in the cell with these guys that, I'm not sure which sets they were beefing with. It didn't seem like it was all of them, because there was a Crip downstairs that, seemed to be all right down there. But with some of these guys, like, we didn't get out a lot, but when we did, like, if they would give us rec or showers or something like that, and, there was one, they'd get on them and savagely get on them. I mean, the war was definitely on at that time. I don't know. This was after the peace treaty. This was way after the peace treaty. This is early 2000s. But there, I remember downstairs a Crip had come in, and once again someone down there had called up and said, let him know when the deputy finished his walk, because they would do a walk about once an hour or so, or at least they were supposed to. And the guy upstairs yelled down, "It's all clear," and they got on somebody in the cell, and it was savage. You know, I mean, it seemed like it lasted forever, and like just the sounds, it sounded, pretty awful. But this is gang banging, and this was gang banging at that time. So, uh, I like I said, I seemed to get along pretty well in there, and uh, it seems like behind closed doors, or even not even necessarily behind closed doors, they're willing to share food and stuff like that with us. And sometimes I think they're trying to get us in a wreck. You know what I mean? No disrespect to them guys, nothing but respect to the Bloods. But uh, you know, they'd make a spread. Hey, you want some of this type of thing? And as hard as it was, I had to stay true to the politics. You know, because I knew where I was going, and if word got around that I was eating with them, that would be a big problem for me. So, moving on to prison, there was a riot between the Bloods and the Crips in reception. And this was, I don't want to say it was a real bad one because I don't think there were many weapons, but, everybody was grouping downstairs, and the rep had told me to get the woods out of the way that were down there. So I'm calling to them from the stairway to get out of the way because they were oblivious to what was going on. And the thing is, you want to get your people out of the way, because if there's collateral damage, then it involves the rest of us. So if somebody gets hit mistakenly, then it becomes a much bigger thing. So we got our people out of the way, and they kicked it off with each other. And we were upstairs and kind of getting ready for all the pepper spray and everything to come. And like I just kind of wrapped my shirt around my face and watched it all go down, which, I mean, to be honest, it was kind of nice for a change to not be involved in something. But, that is kind of my experience of doing time with the Bloods. Like I said, these guys are with the business, and this is just my perspective from a white inmate, from a wood, if you will. So, family, fitness, and freedom are what helped me to not have to be in these situations any longer, and they can help you. It's just a matter of making good decisions and moving in the right direction, Like we made moves while we were in there, and now it's time to make moves out here. So let's make moves in the right direction and create a better life for ourselves. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, let me know what your experiences have been. Uh, share the video. It helps the channel to grow, and now you can join as well if you choose to do so. So you can go over and check that out as well. This is a lifestyle you don't want to live. You don't want to have to be in these situations. You want to be home and taking care of your family. You want to be on your yard, your front yard, not the prison yard. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't look at the mountain, just start climbing.